Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the one and only Monday Night Live. Jump in the comments, say hello, let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know how your Monday's been. Hope it's been as lovely as the Monday has been here in Perth, Western Australia. We've had a beautiful day, 26 degrees Celsius. There you go, you get a weather update and Monday Night Live all wrapped in one. Come on, jump in the comments, guys. Let me know where you're tuning in from, what city you're tuning in from. Are you on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn? We're going live on all three platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, very, very special announcement to make tonight on Monday Night Live. Oliver's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Amber from Cape Town. Matthew's on Facebook. Nice to have you back. Tim, how you doing in Perth? Smile, all smiles in Perth, all smiles in Perth. Najma, welcome. Lacey Saville in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Good to see you all, guys. Thanks so much for jumping in the comments. Alrighty. I'm just excited. I don't know if a few of you would have got an email from me last week about this, so you'll know what I'm about to talk about. But I'll give you a bit of context. I am launching a particular offer tonight, and it's to do with creating content. As you guys know, I've been creating content for a long time. It's been about 10 years. If you include writing articles, videos on YouTube, ever since LinkedIn's had video, I've been creating video on this platform. And it's been one of those things, like I generate leads for clients on LinkedIn, and I had this other thing going on in the background where I was building my brand and sharing my story. And what would happen is, in the past, like people would come to me and they might want LinkedIn training, whatever it is they're looking for. They're sort of like getting 2-3 proposals, and they're, weighing up the benefits of each provider and looking at the price and sort of deciding between, each one. And I think back in those days, I was probably closing, 1 in 5 would probably be pretty ambitious. 1 in 5 leads. That's probably over exaggerating a bit. It's probably closer to 1 in 10. But I was doing pretty well, but I was being compared to other businesses in my industry. And I know a lot of my clients go through this as well. But what I found is, as I built my brand, that was happening less and less. And it's got to a point now where I'd say 9 in 10 leads that come through aren't considering other alternatives. Mainly because they've been tuning into content, they've got enough value, and so there's that trust that's already established. If they got the trust through my content, I hear from them. If they didn't, then I don't hear from them. So I only hear from the guys that did get that. But I'm not competing with every other LinkedIn trainer normally, and price becomes less relevant. And so generating leads for clients through direct messages, connecting with business decision makers on LinkedIn for them, setting appointments. Like, it worked. It's a good service. Like, don't get me wrong, but you're always going to consistently have to do that every month in order to generate leads. Whereas if you build a brand, it's something that that is valuable to the business, and you will be able to generate business without necessarily having to do all of that activity all the time. And so from starting this business 10 years ago, specializing in LinkedIn, this is what I'm launching officially tonight is the best solution that I have. I've come across. Like I've gone and researched all the different social media marketing agencies and what they provide, content marketing agencies, what they provide, what businesses are doing on LinkedIn. I know exactly what works on LinkedIn, and I'm very proud of what I've been developed. I just want to give us a shout out before I get into exactly what the service involves to the people that have come on board already. I did send out an email to a few of my email subscribers that are most active last week to tell them about it and give them the option to apply. So I want to thank Sonia, the Search Queen, the Marketing Republic, Amiga Operations Consultants, Latrobe Bookkeeping, Precise Business Solutions, Scalable, and Lead Express for jumping on board already. It's fantastic to be working with you guys. Some of you have already done the interviews with already. I'm doing 10 of these a month. So what's that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've got 3 left for August. and then we'll be filling up for September. But when I started creating video content, I was looking around at video production companies, right? And hey, Hugh, how are you, mate? I was looking around for video production companies, and like it cost like some companies were quoting me like $15,000, $20,000 to create a video, and I'm thinking I need lots of these videos, and I wasn't comfortable. Well, I'm not saying I wasn't comfortable. Like I looked at who I was targeting, and I was looking at like C-suite executives of larger organizations, like some of the banks, or like international companies, like tech companies, like Apple and stuff. And you come to the conclusion that I needed professional video production. I think it was really important because, like, everyone can go live, everyone can do the stuff with their telephone, but to stand out from the crowd to have professional video production production is a bit of an investment. Like some companies were going 15 grand. I managed to find a company that would do a video for me for $5,000. So I created a video about what we do at BB Consulting. Like we're generating leads on LinkedIn, how many people are on LinkedIn, and what to do next to get more information. And that video is still on my website. It's called What We Do. But it wasn't solving my content problem. I need to be able to. If I was costing me $5,000 every time I created a video to put out on social media, just was not going to be sustainable at all. And it certainly wasn't something that I could pass on and offer to my clients, because at one point I was posting 5 times a day. These days I'm posting 2 or 3 times a week. I'm finding that rhythm's working the best on LinkedIn at the moment. And so, you need to, it needs to be effective, and you learn what's effective by lots of trial and error and practicing, and I found that the more often I posted, the more feedback I would get from the audience, and therefore I learned what content was going to do better. So posting 5 times a day was very valuable for me. But if you're not a LinkedIn specialist or you're not in social media, that's not your industry, that's just not sustainable at all. You've got a business to run. And so I'm hoping that, what I've done is taken those learning experiences and I'm applying them to a system where you can create content for 3 months using just an hour of your time. And the way that I do that is using that experience through posting content for my own business, but also my experience in doing podcast interviews and interviews on Monday Night Live and interviews on LinkedIn Heroes, which some of you probably aware that in the last 2 years, what was it, 2019, I won Best Use of LinkedIn for LinkedIn Heroes, which is a face-to-face interview series where I interview entrepreneurs making an impact. Managed to interview guys like Kerwin Ray, Jack Delosa, Jules Lund, Stephanie Rice, the Olympic champion, Grant and Elena Cardone when they came to Australia, face to face. And that series got over 1 million organic views within the space of a year. And we won Best Use of LinkedIn at the Social Media Marketing Awards. And then in 2020, it was Monday Night Live, which is a similar sort of thing, but it's live and it's remote. And so I've done quite well with these interviews because I know the questions that draw out the engaging content. And I'm not telling you this to brag at all, or try to impress you. It's just to impress upon you that, obviously, when you've had years of experience, there's something of value that you can pass on to businesses that are focused on their area of business, their area of expertise. And so what I've done is created a product called Behind the Brand. I called it Behind the Brand because I want to give businesses that have clients that don't really know the story behind the business that they're doing business with. I wanted to expose that and share their story, and therefore, first of all, you build a deeper relationship with your clients, you build more trust, you build more likability, and you start to eliminate competition. So it's a win-win because it works for the business, it works for the audience. Generally, businesses have a good network on LinkedIn. I found that founders, if their business is good, generally they have a good network, but they're just not sharing their story with them. And so it's a bit of a wasted opportunity. And because I've only got a limited capacity, I can only work with 10 businesses a month, we've worked out. I'm looking for businesses that have that, they have that reputation, that they're just missing that part of displaying that reputation online so they can make the most of their network on LinkedIn, their potential referral network, which is huge, A lot of these guys are doing stuff offline. They might have company Christmas parties, or they might be part of networking groups. I spoke to a chap today who was the president of his BNI chapter over in Melbourne, which is fantastic. All we're doing is doing the same thing online with LinkedIn. And so it's just if you get it right, it's like doing the same thing, but on steroids, 100 times. what's possible in face-to-face, especially with things like BNI. I mean, I don't know if many of you know, but my story, I was a member of a BNI chapter like 8-9 years ago on Chapel Street in Melbourne. And this was about the time I started generating leads. And when I went to leave, I had a few of the members, ask if they can pay me to teach them how to generate leads on LinkedIn, because I just found that I was getting better results there. It was just so much more scalable. Hugh, it's always good to see you, mate. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hey, Karen, lockdown curfew Melbourne. I think this is where we should have a large audience in Melbourne tonight. Love the minimalist office you've got going there. Thank you. There's a bit of stuff behind me you can't probably see, but I've just moved offices from one room to another, so hence why it's a little bit empty. So yeah, thanks to all the brands that have come on board already. So basically what I do is I book a 1-hour interview with the founder of the business. And during that interview, I ask questions, and each question is designed to create an answer that can be like chopped up into a 2 to 3 minute video, with the titles, like a meme format, in a square format with the subtitles. We cut out all of the ums and ahs so it looks engaging, which is very helpful if you haven't had experience being on front of camera before. Just makes the content a lot more punchy. But the beauty of it, that at 1 hour of a client's time can create 3 months worth of content, because we can create 20 micro videos, 2 to 3 minute videos, and 10 images, which are quote cards. And then we can take care of the captions that go along with them. So it's basically a done-for-you service, just taking an hour of a client's time. And I'm very pleased to say that it's also one of the most affordable video production services in the country. One of the most affordable in the world. I mean, I don't know, like there might be something better out there, but I've done a lot of research in this area because I've always outsourced video production, and I'm like finally bringing it in-house. The team that I've got, they've done commercials, they've done TV stuff, like they're an extremely professional team, but we've just sat down and worked out a system so that it can be really efficient. And so every video's got the same structure and the same format, and we get the subtitles done, transcribed on Rev, which is fantastic. They're manually done, and then we burn them in, and all these things that took years and years of mistakes to learn. You just bypass all that stuff. And I'm looking forward to showing you what some of the businesses have developed that we've been starting to work with already. So this is what you need to do if you want to know more information. All you do is you book in a 15-minute phone call directly with me. To book in that call, you go to bibby.consulting, BIBBY.consulting/apply. And there'll be all the time slots there, 50-minute time slot. But just make sure that you're a good fit for the business. I'll run through the details of what's involved, all the pricing, and then I'll send you the information. You can make the decision if it's right for you, if it's right for us. Then we can move forward with the questionnaire and booking in the time for your interview. But literally within 2 to 3 weeks, you can have your content ready to go. And if you need some help with distributing it and posting it on social media, that's an additional service which we offer as well. I'm more than happy to tell you about that at the same time. As I said, I've got limited capacity. I've got 1, 3, 6, 7. I believe there's 3 spots left for August, unless I'm forgetting somebody. I mean, there's a few people mulling it over that I spoke to on Friday and Monday today. But yeah, obviously we can get you in next month if we can't do it this month. I think it's an awesome service. I'm really excited about the businesses we've been working with to share their story. We've already been posting for Amiga Operations Consultants and Precise Business Solutions, and like both of them on their first post, I remember Amiga got 80 something comments on their first post, never done video before, only 200 people in their network to start with, but mind you, mostly CEOs of mining companies, 80 comments, and I can't remember how many likes, but we've actually done a case study on Amiga Operations Consultants, which I can share with you, because I entered their particular case study into the Social Media Marketing Awards this year for best use of LinkedIn or the Social Media Marketer of the Year, but one of them, I entered them as a case study, which is being drawn on September 16th. So I'll find out if we win. I'm in 4 different categories this year: Social Media Marketer of the Year, Social Media Educator of the Year, Best Use of LinkedIn, and Best Integrated Campaign for LinkedIn versus Instagram with Miss Brooke Vilinovich, which is exciting as well. And bibby.consulting/apply is the link to go to. I'm pretty sure I've covered everything about, you're going to see more of this content popping up behind the brand. It's exciting initiative. Like it is the service I'm most proud of since the start of my business. So bibby.consulting/apply. What am I doing for people that can't travel? It can all be done over Zoom. So you don't need to be there at all. It's really cool actually, like the way that the video guys are editing these Zoom meetings, because a standard Zoom meeting just looks like, two people there, but we're like edit it so it's like your face, and then it's a reaction, and then it's like both faces, and just cutting out all the ums and ahs. It actually makes it like a really cool meme style video. And we put in like B-roll as well. So like, if you're talking about, let's say you're doing a video on the impact of COVID on your customers, like we'll show some B-roll, which is basically video over the top of like, people walking around with masks on and that kind of stuff, which all adds to the effect. We add music to it. Basically what you see in my videos, most of my videos, which I post like with the headline that you can tell are professionally done, is the same format as what we're going to be doing what we are doing for our clients. And, for those guys that do book in for that call, bibby.consulting/apply, bibby.consulting/apply. We'll give you some examples to check out from the two companies I mentioned, Precise Business Solutions and Amiga Operations Consultants. So you can check out some of the work we've done. Karen is keen as mustard. All right, everybody write down bibby.consulting/apply. Short video, short Monday Night Live tonight, guys, but definitely a very exciting one. You'll hear more about Monday Night Live, no doubt, on my Instagram stories, and hopefully if I get for the next 2 months, I've got guests on Monday Night Live, so next time I get an opportunity, I will share some more about some of the progress, but if you're worried about the investment, it's one of the most affordable services in the country and one of the most effective, so don't let that stop you getting in touch. And I've also developed I forgot to mention this is a very important point. I've also developed a payment plan as well, which helps small businesses come on board. So bibby.consulting/apply, and I'll tell you more about it. Have a sensational week in business, guys. I think this time of the month, was it 16th of August? It's time to kick things up a gear. Let's get going. Have a really good week in business, guys. I wish you nothing but success. I'll see you next week when we have, let me just find out who we have next week for you. I'll let you know. I know we've got guests for the next couple of months. Let me tell you who we've got. Ahmad Imam. So if any of you on LinkedIn, you would have seen Ahmad's content around. Ahmad has like over 700,000 followers on LinkedIn. He is a bit of a legend in the LinkedIn space. He's going to share with us how you can create engaging content, funnily enough. So more and more to do with content marketing, which will be fun. All right, guys, I'll see you next week on Monday Night Live. Thanks so much, Najma. Najma is on board as well as a client for Behind the Brand. So thank you so much, Najma. Appreciate that. Legends. All right, guys, have a good week in business. Cheers.